Hey everybody, how you guys doing? 2 hours late, I know, man. You guys, I had to take, we had the kid, we had the dog, things going crazy. Couldn't get people to watch certain people. It's been a long, fun one here, let's just say that. And Murph never makes it easy on us. How's everyone doing today? We're going to talk about AMC here. Hey, baby, of course, now he's all excited. Second he sees me sit down, he's got to get all jacked. Baby, go lay on your bed here, honey. Good boy. Alrighty. I'm going to let a couple more people jump in a second. I'm just going to announce I'm going live. YouTube here. Alright, we're going to talk a lot of AMC. We're going to talk about the dilution, Adam Aaron's message, what I think he means by this, and I know it doesn't feel like it right this second, but I feel like they're trying to hit us hardest before we start to see the rewards, because people don't understand. Baby, you're okay. Don't start doing this again. People don't understand that changing fundamentals around is a massive thing for these shorts. I mean, Tesla even talked about it, how, all these people went in, smashed his company turned around, and now look at where it is now. These guys are betting on AMC dying, and I know a lot of people are upset, and I know a lot of people are, they're going to come in and talk about the amount we raised, and I'm upset about the amount we raised too. It was, but I'm going to also get into, a whole bunch of things like that too. We'll get into that, but I feel like when I read his message, I understand why he did what he did. The day that, the filing came out, and all of a sudden the price, when it dropped the way it did, I told everybody I thought that, hey, we started the dilution, and I think he's going to drop it all, and I believe that he's going to do it in a couple blocks, and he's going to raise about $370 million. I was wrong. He raised $325 million. But before we get into all that, let's get into some good news here quick before I start talking about AMC here. So if you guys look over here on this, you're getting a lot of cancelizations for these streaming services, and this is great news for us because this gives incentives for these studios to start going, all right, we need to get a deal done with these writers. They're going to see that, the movie theater numbers they're going up higher and higher and higher each quarter. They're leaving so much money on the table, and we're all now starting to leave their services. The problem is nobody gives a shit to watch the same things over and over and over, because you can buy their service for 1 month, watch every single thing on there, and then not buy it again until, hey, my show comes out. Maybe wait a month or two and watch it for 1 month worth. Streaming services, you already seen with Disney. They already tried to pull something off with their Star Wars series with AMC. Hey, come everybody to the theaters. Streaming services, right now you have Max. They're down 26. Disney, 21. Paramount, 17. Netflix, 10. Like I said, eventually these guys are going to run out of stuff. Now, with the new deal that I showed you before with the writer's strike, each one of these individual companies, they can go ahead and do their own deal, which gives them even more incentive to get a deal done. So hopefully this actually, starts affecting these guys where they're like, all right, we have to get a deal done sooner rather than later. But this is all good news. This is stuff we want to see. Send a message to these streaming services. Fuck them. If you guys want to hold out on our movies, we're going to start canceling your shitty services, because every single one of them, like I said, it's just fucking repeats. You can watch half of them on the other ones anyways, or they come in package deals. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Now, before we get back into AMC here, one of the things I want to show everybody, because this ends up getting into Adam Aaron's message here on Twitter that we're going to get into, and the AMC News press release. Because if you guys don't know, like I said, I always go to AMC News press release, and you can see every single thing about the company. Now, right now I figured by the end of Thursday, right at the beginning of Friday, I thought we would be at about 2.445, so we'll be a little lower than that. But I'm telling you guys, dumb money right now. This is a huge deal, you guys, right now. This is a massive deal, especially since we raised the capital that we raised. We need to be profitable. We need to hit about 2.85, and I think AMC should be profitable about 80 million, which we'll get into all that in a second here. But I'm telling you guys, we need to send a message. This movie, we can easily hit 2.8. We can easily make this a $250 million movie before the end of the month. Maybe even higher. Like I said, that's not that bad. It's $100 million this weekend, $100 million next weekend, and we got days in between, and we still get a couple days after. Send a fucking message. I'm telling you guys, everybody in any stock, I don't give a shit what you have. If Ken Griffin's fighting this movie, make sure everybody sees this movie. This should be a massive movie. You have everybody who loves these actors. They got a ton of great actors in this movie. And on top of that, anybody who knows about the stock market manipulation, make sure you see this movie. Fuck them. Exactly like this said. Send a fuck you. Everybody go see Dumb Money. Go see Dumb Money. Now let's get back to AMC. One of the things I want to show everybody, since the conversion, every single day, there's been an order imbalance. Every single day since the conversion, there's been an order imbalance. Now, a lot of people talk about how when they look over at I'm looking at my broker, it says 79% buys, barely anyone selling. Why is it every day 80-20? Why is it, 79-21? Why is it always these giant numbers, these massive differences? And then every single day you see order imbalances, non-fucking stop. So what's going to end up happening is apparently they're going to just restack all their FTDs, and that's what they're doing right now. They're taking a lot of our orders. They're not fucking filling them. And when you see this and you see order imbalances on the buy side every single day, that means there's more buyers than there are sellers. Okay? The stock price is supposed to go up, but it never does. So again, they're doing this every fucking day. There's a brand new one of these. Every single day there's an order imbalance. So I expect FTDs to fly right back up. I expect short interest to jump right back up. Everybody's seeing it now. AMC has a different short interest on every platform you go on. Every single one has a different short interest. It'll all come flying right back. Now, before we get into this, let's just get right into this. Now, with all of that said, I'm going to get into what he says here in a second in this press release here. So we end up raising $325 million. And I know a lot of people are pissed at the price. Like I said, I am too. I wish we would have raised a ton more. I get exactly what he did. He dumped the second that he could because he learned last time from 8. If I sit there and do these ATM programs and I slowly release, they're going to keep fucking hammering it down. They're going to keep pushing buy orders off. They're going to do all their shorts. They're going to do all their everything off exchange. Whatever they got to do to short it down. So he dumped on this first try. And when I'm looking over here and I read everything and I go ahead and look at this and I look at what would have happened if we said no and was, like I said, everybody's, is this still the right path? The problem is like I've been saying forever, we have been burning so much cash, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions for 2 years straight. We finally are starting to turn that around. And that's the key thing. We're finally starting to get the key reason these guys are shorting the company. Fundamentals are dying. When you look at this thing here, what I believe, when you go ahead and you read everything that they say, I'm not going to read the whole stupid thing, but I'm just going to look at the keys here. So when he talks about this cash thing, he talks about shoring up the bank, or shoring up the reserves, fixing their liquidity issues, and basically what he's saying is this now makes us okay. So even if this writer strike goes on, we have no more farther need for dilution. And to me, that's a big deal. We'll get in. I know that the value, there's a lot more than to the $325 million value. Because if he's saying it like this, that means that we don't need to farther dilute. Because if you go ahead and read what's going on, he talks about the fundamentals completely changing in AMC. Talks about the box office skyrocketing. He talks about the Taylor Swift deal. Now, I want to get into this Taylor Swift deal one more time because I don't think people, again, are understanding what's going on with this thing. If you look at the Taylor Swift deal right now, it's going to have by the end of the month $125 million in pre-sales. Now, if you guys look at a lot of these pre-sales in a lot of these theaters, a ton of this $80 million that they're already at, that's not all first opening week. This first opening week is they already said they predict to do $100 million. So if we're already going to be at like $125 million in pre-sales, you add the $100 million, by the end of the first weekend, this thing should be at like $225 million with pre-sale numbers. This concert, and it's going to be sold out every single time going forward, and in every single theater, and they're all paying them as well. This is going to be a massive, massive deal. All of these people are going to be buying concessions. All of these people are going to be, it's all kids. They all love their junk food. That's who's going to be spiking our numbers up. Q4 should be massive. I feel like Q4, and you look at the movies in Q4, I mean, We should easily be able to hit 2.8, 2.9 once again with Taylor Swift's numbers, if not more, but have this massive pie here that we're getting from this movie. All the merchandise in every single showing, I guarantee you, will sell out. This is going to be a massive revenue stream for AMC. If we go ahead and we hit the 2.8 number, if we can make AMC about 85 million profit, that's huge news. Now all of a sudden AMC's balance sheet is finally shored up. We're now profitable, and we're now getting more profitable to where we can start managing debt as well. This is huge. This is a big fuck you to shorts. One second, let me pull this up here. Now, like I said, I'm not happy with the number. The 325, obviously, we all wish he could have got more. I thought he was going to at least average $9 a share. But let's go back in time and let's go ahead and look at what would have happened. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at overall everything. Let's look at where we would have been at the other way. Let's say the conversion never happened. One of the things a lot of people sat there and did is they looked over at the stock and they said, hey, we have a $5 stock at the time. We have a $5 stock. But what people weren't saying is, yeah, you had a $5 stock that you were diluting at 66 cents, 70 cents. And then when a lot of people, like I said, the thing that they don't look at back at when it comes to ape is, what would have happened with ape price? Let's say, like I said, let's say the conversion never happened. Let's say ape would have been out there. Let's say there would have been no chance of it. The arbitrage play was dead. What would have happened? Ape would have plummeted because now you would have had Antera just keep selling off. It would have been went right back down to 66 cents, and you would have had an Antera to boost it back up. And I know everybody, like I said, I'm not sticking up for the Antera deal, but the second the Antera bought, like I said, it created a bottom for that stock. Like I said, I'm not saying, oh yeah, Antera, fuck Antera. They fucking just, like I said, that's what happens. You have these pieces of shit, which we'll get into in a minute, that have leverage over you and control your debt. It's just, I fucking hate them all. We'll get into all that shit in a minute here. But if you go ahead and look back at what the price would have been, we would have ended up going down to what 33 cents. The minute it would have been trading at about 66 cents again, 77 cents again. And you would have got that ATM program release, that filing that just happened. It would have been for 2 billion ape. What would have happened? You would have seen dilution happen. It would have cut it in fucking half instantly like it did. Then they would have been shorting it. Then they would have been attacking it. And next thing you notice, we would have been diluting at, 33 cents? You would have ended up having, I guarantee, a couple stupid-ass Antera situations. Maybe Antera themselves would have jumped back in and saw the opportunity. And they would have got in at 25 fucking cents. So in the end of the day, to raise that 325 million that we raised, we still, if we would have done this through the ape path, we still saved ourselves 500 million plus apes, or AMC shares. Because eventually those ape shares, we all know, would have turned into common like they did. So diluting ape was still diluting the common stock. So it's we still saved ourselves 500 million shares worth of dilution to get to this number. Like I said, I know it fucking sucks, and I'm not happy either. But one of the things we always wanted Adam Aaron to do, since we have talked about this, Adam Aaron, start making it to where you don't need to dilute to pay off debt. And if he's sitting here saying, all right, we now have the capital we needed to raise, we're now okay, we now see our fundamentals completely turning around, we now think with the Taylor Swift thing in Q4, I believe we could easily be, if we all go ahead and keep hitting these numbers, easily profitable over 200 million, easily in Q4. And now you start smashing down your debt. Like I said, I'm not happy the way it went. I wish we could have raised billions of dollars, but we are now seeing at every point, no matter what we do, as we all know, they're going to keep fucking attacking it. They're going to keep on attacking whatever way they can that AMC can raise liquidity and raise cash, because they have to. They're betting that AMC is dying. They bet that it's going to go out of business. That's why they're shorting it. What you're betting you're now long at this point, and if you're going for a short squeeze, it's the same thing. You're betting not only is AMC not going to die, you're betting it's going to prosper as well. So no matter what you're in this for, in the end of the day, you all still have a same goal. By AMC not dying and by prospering, the shorts don't win. At that point, if you get, look at Tesla, eventually, if you get profitable enough, which every single day, you see AMC, I post it all the time. Here's a brand new partnership. Here's Rotten Tomato. Here's fucking the college football games. Hey, Disney's now showing more stuff. They're shorting their streaming stuff. Like I said, these guys are going to have no choice, these streaming services. They lost so much money, they're going to have no choice but to put out a whole bunch of content to try to make that money back up next year, they're going to have these writers going on fucking overtime. All benefits to AMC because they're going to have to make that money. These guys can't just go ahead and justify to all their shareholders, yeah, we took a fucking $300 million, $400 million loss, but fuck you. Because you got to remember, they have the big boys owning this shit, so they can't just go ahead and do what they do to us. But one of the things Adam Aaron talked about here, like I said, if you read this up, he talks about how it assured us that no matter what with the strike, we'll be okay. Bankruptcy is now off the table. Books are shored up. This is what we wanted to see. And one of the things I said to him is what I still believe I said this last time. Well, if AMC, if they're going to sit there and attack our ability to raise capital with diluting every single time in the stock market, I hope he now, because he raised that capital, he can go ahead and say, all right, we have this capital on hand. Go to a bank, because I want to show people the process of how these bonds work. And he could go ahead and he could get a bond. And I believe what he could do is go get a bond, issue it at a 3% rate, because the main thing that these banks want, and then he could start to refinance debt. And by refinancing toxic debt and turning it into beneficial debt, that is a huge thing for a company. And on top of that, when they get that cash on hand that they receive right away, they can get a discount on their debt. But the thing is the full amount goes to the company. And you're not diluting the stock. In other words, it's all beneficial and it should improve the stock price. So one of the things I was saying to Adam Aaron, I'm like, why don't you issue a bond at 3%, 3.5%? Every single one of us gets under 5% or around, under 0.5% in your bank. All of you do. Some of you got that 1 or 2 and you're fucking jacked. You're in some special accounts. Great. Well, we can raise this. He can issue us a bond at 3.5% at a coupon rate. 4% if that can raise enough. But he should do it at the 3.5. And then basically what they need to do is, what happens is these guys go to a bank and they say, I want to issue a bond. That bank will say, all right, you got to go through the steps. Basically, you're going to have to go to a rating people, get the rate. So now everybody knows the risk that's attached to the bond. Okay. So then after that, they go over and they find out the interest, they find out the market thing, and then they see if there's enough interest and they find out what coupon rate people would be interested at. Now, who's the main investors in bonds? It's institutions. So of course they're sitting there, everything that normally applies to a normal bond, we don't give a fuck because we're not institutions. At 3.5%, I don't give a shit if an institution goes, oh, this is beneficial and attractive to me. Don't buy it. Fuck off. I don't want you in here anyways. Fuck off. But by doing this, we can refinance AMC, saving them tons of fucking money. We can now get paid more than we would be getting paid inside of a bank. All we need to do is show that there's enough interest to where these, like I said, they'll place it into the market. Once they found out there's enough interest at the rates that it's at. They usually do these road shows. They try and wine and dine everybody. But you don't fucking need to do that with us. We need to show Adam Aaron and the banks, hey, I'd rather just give you a $10 bill than try and give you a $10 bill that gets shorted down to fucking 7. Refinance your fucking debt that's toxic. Raises your fucking stock price. Helps everybody. We're making money more than we would have made in the bank account on our coupon rates. And a lot of people have money problems. So if they have a little money they could put on the side, like, I don't want to touch this shit for a couple of years. I got to make sure. Boom, there it is. Collect a little money on the side. Boom. But like I said, that's the way these guys, they can either issue bonds or they can do stocks. And it's like, well, if we do it this way, they can't fuck with us. The only thing that maybe he doesn't get a bank that buys it at this rate. But these banks have incentives to do these because the second they do these, they get a giant fee up front. So also they get more cash on hand up front right away. They're like, fuck yeah, of course we'll do it. They don't give a fuck. They just want money. If they see the interest is there and they see that money's right there for the taking, they'll take it because they're all fucking corrupt and they don't care. And if they take that money on hand, now they have all this more credit and they can go steal and do more criminality at a higher rate and fuck yeah. But it's like, by doing this, if we get the bonds and we start kicking out these pieces of shit that have these high interest rate bonds that don't want AMC to succeed, You now have bondholders, debt holders that actually want your company to thrive, want your company to succeed. Buddy, you're okay. I mean, you got a brand new bone, baby. I mean, like I said, this dog, we ran 12 miles. But like I said, this is a way, I feel like this whole time, it's like we should have just been like, hey, let us buy your fucking debt instead. Give us these bonds, show people we got the interest. And the thing is a lot of these people would have been like, hey, I'm not going to issue this bond unless you have the capital on hand to back, the bond. Well, by Adam Aaron raising this capital, he can show them we got the capital on hand to back this bond. Boom. Like I said, it's all about the interest there. I know this number is not that big, but it's bigger than what we would have got if we would have done it through Ape. And it would have converted over. I promise you. You saved yourself hundreds of millions of shares in the long run. You saved yourself hundreds of millions of shares. It's like today we cut off that fucking plague that was in our leg. We finally bandaged it up. We shored up the balance sheet right now. We're now looking at profitability this quarter. Like I said, guys, hitting 2.8, sending them a huge fuck you message. Dumb money right now. It is massive. It's a massive deal this quarter. And if we do get that profitability of, like I said, 200 million plus next quarter, we don't need to be diluting anymore. There's no reason for it. You're now able to start taking care of it. Like I said, and not only that, what do you think's happening right now? You have all of these people that are doing concerts, all of these musicians. They're going to look over and see, what did Taylor Swift's numbers do? Guess what? I'm doing that fucking concert anyways. You're telling me I can make an extra couple hundred fucking million by just recording it and letting them tape it? They're all going to do it. Every single one of them. And also next year, like I said, what are you going to do when all of a sudden they have a $1 billion industry right there just on them recording these concerts nobody can afford to go to? And instead, what they used to do is they'd like sell them to these HBO subscriptions. Hey, go ahead and post this on there. No, we can go ahead and put it in the theater, and if they're big enough, they're going to make 10 times the amount that we would make selling it to these subscriptions in these studios. Fuck them. Fuck them. And all of a sudden, now all of a sudden these streaming industries are losing that revenue, and that's coming to us. That's huge. Baby boy, you're going to have to relax. We just were out there. I need you to go chill out. Everyone can hear you barking. You have neighbors. All right, well, grab your little barky button here. Shh. You're okay. Eat your food. You got water. You're all right. Man, it's like, dude, this dog needs more attention than the kids. Calm down, dude. Relax. All right, back to this. But like I said, if this is the case, if we had to, like I said, cut the leg off, we finally got the bandage on there. Like I said, at this point, if we're starting to finally turn these profits, this is what they're scared of you finding out. What are they going to say if all of a sudden, hey, AMC was profitable at 8.6 million last quarter. Well, now they're profitable 90 million this quarter. Well, if with Taylor Swift next quarter, they're profitable 200 million. If people start to look over and see profitability jumping up, new revenue streams, new candy, new this, football. Like I said, all these Rotten Tomato movies, all these old movies that were coming out to just gain a little more revenue. All these things during the writer's strike, he's finding new ways to get around it and gain some of the profit that they're going to lose. Adam Aaron's showing them, hey, if you're going to do that, we're not going to fucking die. You're just hurting yourselves. And that's a big deal. And their numbers are starting to prove it. Their numbers are going down and ours are going up. We're gaining new revenue streams, and their stocks, Disney stock is getting fucking demolished. I mean, like I said, they're losing hard right now. They're going to have no choice but to eventually, sooner rather than later, end this strike, because the pettiness that's going on over there is ridiculous. It shows you how fucking pathetic these rich pieces of shit are. We sit here and make billions and billions in profit each fucking year, but we cannot give you guys a couple hundred more million. I know, there's no way. There's no way you guys can afford it. I already showed you that the average CEO salary went up 8,000%. Yeah, we know. You guys can't afford it. But everything is starting to favor AMC. Like I said, we're getting more sponsorships. Everything's turning around. So I know, like, right this minute, this sucks. This wasn't the amount I wanted. It was lower than the 370. But again, as long as he uses this money, it brings value to the stock. It should lower, or like I said, we should hit the bottom. You guys are seeing every day. Orders are, like I said, you're seeing buy orders every day. You're seeing the percentage down low. People are buying the shit out of this, and they're just doing their fucking complete crap they do every single time. But that is why I believe this bond thing is a good idea. Because as long as they can find a bank interested to refinance debt and then pay it down, because not only when you do that, you're getting that cash up front, you're paying down a certain percent up front at a discounted rate, and then on top of that, buddy, stop moving my chair, please. On top of that, you're saving more over long-term debt because you're saving on these interest payments. It's like, dude, this is exactly what we need to do. But before I keep going on, I'm gonna check the chat here. I haven't read the chat the whole time. I've just been going on and on. Yeah, sorry, I've been whispering sweet nothings to the puppy before I keep going here. Does anyone have any questions at all? Does anyone have any comments? Anyone want to blow off some steam? Does anyone not understand what I was going over? We're just gonna keep looking around. Here's the thing. People laughing at smart dilution and then laugh. Technically, this was smarter dilution because he would have been diluting and raising capital at 33 cents to 25 cents per institution. At least he raised it, I guess, at 81. So technically, he raised it at double. It's smarter than what he needed to. Baby, stop. You're okay. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest thing. I'm not happy with their fucking number. But I can only control what is happening at the time. We're all long here in the end of the day. We all just want AMC to be profitable. It helps everyone, whether you're here for a short squeeze, whether you're here for long or fundamentals. Buddy, stop breaking my keyboard. You're crazy right now. Settlement shares. I know a lot of people haven't gotten their settlement shares. I know a lot of people are asking when we're supposed to get them, how much. With T+2, you were supposed to, the record date was everything's supposed to be settled on August 24th. Baby, stop. Good grief. Dude, alright, you're breaking the keyboard here. Sorry, he's jumped up in my lap. This dog's out of control. This dog is completely out of control. I've never seen a more jealous dog in my life. It's insane. But let's keep going. All right. A lot of people, like I said, I know this shit sucks, but what you're starting to see is everything for AMC fundamentally turn around. For our company, it's finally starting to go the right way for the first time in 2 years. And everything for them is starting to get, like I said, pressure is just mounting. It's mounting. It's mounting at every single turn for these guys. Their derivatives exposure is ridiculous. Like I said, this is completely retarded. What is going on at this point? Something's going to give. You're going to see a lot more of this. A lot of these people now are going to start telling their clients, take all your big money out of Chase, out of all of these banks. There's no reason anymore for you to be in them. You're going to see this more and more and more because these guys get bigger commissions, bigger commissions. They're going to say, why in the hell are we sitting here at under 0.1%? And this is what I was talking about to all of you guys. Why are we sitting in our banks at this exact fucking basically for nothing? At this point, or by owning the AMC's bond, by getting more, like I said, you're helping yourself on both ends. You're helping your investment. You're helping your stock. You're making more than you would into the bank just letting it sit there. And as long as we can, like I said, could sit there, AMC continuously turns its fundamentals around. Sweet. As long as we continuously be profitable, more of these concerts get scheduled. Like I said, a lot of people hate AA, and I understand it. And I understand a lot of people are frustrated at the prices we're diluting. I have been fucking screaming about them too. But at least every time I turn around, the guy is fundamentally changing something for the better of the company. That's all I have to say about positive about AA. I'm not going to sit there and talk about them anymore. I don't really fuck them right now. No matter what I say, somebody's going to say I'm either sticking up for them or I'm bashing them. So it's like, whatever. I'm just going to not even worry about it. I don't even care. I'm not even going to get into that again. But, like I said, I understand we're frustrated, but the bigger picture, you did dilute it. You did raise a lot more capital than what you would have done through APE. You raised a lot more capital than what you would have done through APE. You saved yourself hundreds of millions of shares. Maybe you're okay. So, like I said, a lot of these guys say that in the end of the day, the only big deal is you cannot access that cash and use these ATMs whenever you want. But like I said, guys, this is stuff where it's like, to beat the system, you gotta watch what these fucking rich pieces of shit are doing. Well, what are they doing? They're buying corporate bonds. They're buying their fucking debt. They're owning these treasuries, and they're doing shorting this. They're shorting that, and then they're putting their money wherever their highest percentage is, over here, over there. It's like, that's all they do all day long. They just sit there and follow, basically, like you always hear, follow the money. But like I said, with this AMC, with this bond idea, I think that's a great idea. We do something like that, then there's literally no reason at all for him to dilute. You're giving him less and less reason to ever need to dilute again. Once fundamentals are fixed, the well of dilution dries. And we're all happy. But like I said, why are they hitting it harder than ever? Because AMC fundamentally is improving in every single way. It's only a matter of time before, like I said, we're making enough money to manage debt. All right. Now, this is what we need to keep doing. Keep exposing the fucking criminality, the fraud. In the meantime, like I said, keep going, buying popcorn. Keep on going to see the movie. I'm going to say this one more time, a couple more times throughout the stream. Make Dumb Money a $250 million movie by the end of the month, and we should easily break $2.8 billion. AMC should be profitable around $75-80 million, if not more. And if we get closer to 2.9, we're talking a $100 million number. That's a big-ass deal, especially since we should be higher than that the quarter after with Taylor Swift. So, back to this. Like I was telling you guys, more and more is going to keep coming out. And eventually, these guys are going to do something so fucking drastic, which, this is what's so fucked up. Like I said, JP Morgan needs to be removed. They just got to be fucking dismantled, disbanded. Every one of them that's an executive from the last, 12 years, they all just need to be thrown in prison, and that's it. No fucking chance of getting out. They all need to be sentenced like that one CEO for that crypto exchange. 12,000 years. No chance of parole. Because, look at this fucking crap. JP Morgan chasing for the government of over $1 billion in transactions and human trafficking. Like I told everybody. But the thing is it went on for 16 years. And now he sat there and be like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein barely even, he banked for us a little bit and sorry, blah, blah, blah. He did it for 16 years. And then when you go ahead and read down more, Epstein's entire business with JP Morgan and JP Morgan's entire business with Jeffrey Epstein was human trafficking. The only reason that JP Morgan finally, after 16 years, reported it was because he died and was arrested. And he couldn't tell his side of the story. Huh. Like I said, fucking insanity what these freaks do. And they're still trading and still stealing and they're still making more and they're rich as fuck. This is the shit we need to keep showing everyone. Well, here they are in this court document. Here they are in this filing over here getting more exposed. And this is why I'm loving it. Keep exposing more. Keep fucking denying your shit, JP Morgan. Keep letting us go into discovery. Let us discover even more. We love it, dude. Let us keep looking into your books. Dougie Fresh. The fact that you had your backup database and you asked us, hey, I want you to come check out my books. If you pay for my flight, pay for a couple hotel nights, I'll come out there, I'll check your books. I want to be able to have access in your computer, and I want to be able to check all the hidden files. I don't want to look at the database that you show fucking regulators. I want to look at your database. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. I want to look at your total exemptions. I want to look at everything you're out there giving, dude. I need to know it all. I need to know where your shorts are. I need to check out all the ones you're marking long. I need to know everything. If you want to go ahead and do that still, buddy, let's get it done. I would love to come out there. Send me over to Virtue. Now, I always complain about these fucking politicians and all this bullshit they always do. Talk about insider trading and dark money and all this shit. Well, if you guys come up here, in 2022, there were 97 members of Congress that profited from trade stocks that they influenced on committees that they sat on. So not only are they taking bribes and dark money, doing insider trading from these companies as well, they go ahead and say, well, you know what? Whatever law and shit I'm about to fucking do, I'm going to go ahead and buy these stocks or puts on this before I pull and pass it. And then we'll pass it and watch that plummet, and then we'll go ahead and sell. Why in the living hell are politicians the only people allowed to do insider trading, and it's no big deal? And then when people go, well, what's the big deal? They pass laws on how they can profit more. That's the big deal. And when your fucking politicians are passing laws on how much they can dude, stop, bud. On how much that they dude, stop. How much their profit, or pass laws on only stocks to make them profit. They no longer work for the people. They work for the stocks that they can make more money on. Fuck them. That they're all just pieces of shit. Look at them all. Every color, red or blue, they don't give a fuck about you. I say it every day. They don't give a fuck. What they want to do is get as much dark money as they can, then they put it over to their charity, and then their charity fucking does 10% to their donation, then they keep 90% of what their political campaign just donated to the charity that they own. It's a fucking gong show. So then they're sitting over there fucking donating themselves dark money. They're over here passing laws, doing this. They're fucking rogue. They all gotta go. I don't care if you, oh man, the blue's gonna save us. No, he's gotta go. Whatever guy you're having, oh man, this guy is the great. No, he's not. He's probably fucking corrupt as shit. Every one of them, all gotta go. We cannot have career politicians. We need fucking term limits. This cannot keep happening because these guys, I want you to understand something, because, I mean, this actually blew my mind. When you sit there and you look at, like, celebrities, and you look at a lot of these guys that are, like, been in movies forever, you know, football players, not like the freaks. I'm not talking about, like, Patrick Mahomes, who's getting, like, a 250... I'm obviously not talking about basketball players and those insane deals. I'm talking about your average, like... These guys, I'm sitting here like, dude, they make a lot of fucking money. Like, these guys are getting, like, 10, 15 million, $20 million contracts. That's a huge amount of money. And you're sitting there like, God, only those famous celebrities and shit like that should make that. And then you go and look at these politicians' net worth, and they make all of these guys that are making like 40, 50 million in their net worth, they make them look like child's play. They're all at like 150, 250, 90, and then you're like, what the fuck? How did you get that? What were they doing? Nothing. 5 years ago, they had $3 million to their name. Well, where the fuck the hundreds of millions come from? Oh, insider trading. Oh, okay. Oh, fucking dark money, and they donated it to their their campaigns donated it to charities that they own. Oh, okay. Cool. Fuck them all. It's insane. I mean, look at this shit. Look at the total. You had $280 billion of COVID relief from the government reportedly went to fraud. Of course it did. Who do you think the $280 billion fraudsters were? It wasn't me and you. It was them. And then watch this. Another $123 billion was misappropriated. Okay, so just $403 billion went missing. How much of that do you think ended up in the stock market? How much of that do you think got funneled through derivatives, swaps, all this bullshit? I bet tons, almost 80% of it probably was white collar fucking crime. They sit there and they go, we can't afford to give you guys anything out of these packages. You get $1,400. Meanwhile, we're going to siphon over 400 fucking billion, and we're going to go ahead and put this in the stock market and put it over here, and then we're going to slowly drain it out and make it legal for us. We know. 403 billion. How do you prop up the stock market? I know, you put 403 billion more extra fucking dollars that you got right on in. Home buyers now need to average 117,000 to be able to afford a median price home today. 117,000 needs to be your average. Okay. And now, I've been sitting there talking the last couple weeks about the housing market, and now I sat there and I said, what the hell, when is this ever going to break? And I could never figure it out. I figured it out. I know exactly when it's going to start to break. It's got to break pretty fucking soon. You want to know why? People can't sell their house for cheaper because what they're going to pay on the interest on their new house, they need to sell it for fucking an extra like $150,000 to make up the difference. So they can't drop it. Institutions have been buying to prop it up. Well, guess what? Institutions, since none of us have money, are finally running out of cash. They can't keep buying these houses up. Real estate investors are buying 45% fewer homes than a year ago. And on top of that, it dropped another 48%. They're no longer going to be able to sit here and keep on bailing everyone out. They can't sit there and keep going to these guys, buy this, because our bank has $12 billion. I already showed you $13 billion in bad mortgage-backed securities that they're going to offload. Well, on those $13 billion, the value was already $4 billion less. It was at $9 billion if they sold it right today. Well, those bonds already dropped. It's already less than $4 billion. Look at this piece of shit. What a fucking... I hate this bitch. We need to look at the Elon Musk. 10 years in Congress at $193,000 salary. But yet she has $73 million. This is one of those bitches I was talking about. I make more than 90% of professional athletes, celebrities, movie stars, and what have I done? Nothing. I sit there and fuck all my American citizens up the ass. And then I look at them and say, shh, it's okay. It's okay. It's just taxes. We're just raising them. I know you are. When the fuck aren't you, bitch? I hate her. We gotta look into... You need to look into yourself and every single person on Congress. Start there, then look at Elon. Fuck Elon at this point, dude. This shit's insane. I hate politicians at this point. They all are so fucking corrupt, dude. It's insanity. Doug's over here crying. Doug's just whining some more. Fuck him. But like I said, dude, everybody, Dumb Money, Adam Aaron, gave out early access screenings, AMCs, fucking smash this movie. Smash this movie. Hit 2.85, and we're looking at about 95, 100 million, depending on how much extra he even burned on cash burn, how many more things now he can afford to close. Because now what he can do is also buy himself out of some of these leases that he's in, and he can close down some of these non-profitable theaters like we've been wanting them to do for a while. He already showed you he opened up 56 new theaters. He closed down 154. Those 56 theaters are outperforming all 154 theaters. And if he can keep doing that, like I said, sweet. If we can fundamentally never need to dilute again, even better. If he can make more and more profit by the day, even better. I mean, like I said, every other month there's a new revenue stream coming to AMC. Even when he changed, I mean, look at this, you guys. Everybody that was here's what I want to show you with the shills. Oh my God, Adam Aaron raised the seats. He raised the seat prices on some of these chairs. No one's gonna go. Yeah, I know. It obviously raising the seat prices on it. That was such a dumbass idea. He only gained more revenue on every single movie he's ever shown. And obviously the box office slowed down. It clearly brought their numbers down. No, it just made them more fucking money. But at every single step, every single idea, it's like, oh my God. Blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I want my CEO right now to focus on making his company as strong and as profitable each month as he can. Keep coming up with these Taylor Swift fucking concerts. Like I said, that could be a multi-billion-dollar revenue stream right there. And people are like, who cares? Who cares is all these shorts. That's why they're smashing the living fuck out of it. That's why they're routing all of your buy orders every fucking day. They're not filling them. They're not even filling them in the auction. They don't give a fuck. They're like, well, we'll just keep doing FTDs. You're going to see a big-ass spike in FTDs and AMC again. They're going to go flying right back up. Pretty insane when every single day there's a brand new imbalance, and every single day every broker's showing 80-20. I said, if they want to fucking try their bullshit with how we can raise capital in the stock, fucking Adam, show that you have the support at a bond at 3.5%, at 3%. Pay down some of these bonds that are at 10%, 6.5%. Saves you money in the long term. Take some of your toxic debt away. And we can make some money, and we'll make more money doing that than we would in our bank accounts. Like I said, it's a win-win-win. Fuck these guys. And if we're doing that, we're refinancing his debt, again, why the hell would he need to dilute if he's profitable? He wouldn't. But these order fucking imbalances, I said it's like every goddamn day. It has literally been every single day since the conversion. You've had an order imbalance. On the buy side, you're like, yeah, I know. Sediment. 95% positive sediment. Okay, why the fuck is it never moving then? Oh, because all these buys we're routing off exchange, and then we're not even filling a fuck ton of them. We're just throwing them down. Well, closing auction? Nope, no one. Okay. Order imbalance. We know. Fill your fucking FTDs. Get the market makers on the phone. Apparently they're running out of exemptions to throw around like candy, because now they don't have their backup account. Everybody doesn't have access to Dougie Fresh's, backup database. I'm sure he's being watched even more by the SEC, so he's got to slow down some of his bullshit. Fucking Dougie, I hope to God you lose that court case, and when you do, I'll be there, buddy. I'll be there every step of the way. I'll be there every step of the way. Good old Dougie Fresh. All right. Anyone have any questions? Okay, we'll go on another walk. Apparently 20,000 miles a day is not enough. I'm going to answer questions for like 5 minutes, and then I'll probably head out here. But I just wanted, everybody look at the bigger picture here. Like I said, a lot of people, they ended up trapping in anyways. It's not like any of you are going anywhere. You're stuck here even if you don't want to be. You are long AMC. So now you need to go, all right, I'm long AMC. If I need my squeeze, if I want my squeeze still, I need AMC to be profitable. I'm long AMC until we can get to where we need to be. Everything is finally changing in my favor. In the bigger picture, everything's changing in my favor. That is why they're attacking the shit out of you. Just relax. The share price could go flying back up, especially after Q4, Q3. We all said, hey, we're profitable 100 million. Like I said, guys, go out there and see a movie. When we sit here and continuously get profitable, more revenue streams, eventually there's nothing these fucking bullshit articles can write. What are they going to say? AMC's profitable, but not enough to overcome the debt? Actually, we are, because we can refinance it, and if it ever becomes such a problem, AMC can just buy more bonds. Blow us, you stupid bitch. Like I said, they're betting every day, and they're adding more money to their bet. They're adding more money to their bet. They're adding more money to their bet. So are we. But in the end of the day, no matter if you're here for a squeeze, no matter if you're here for a long play, you're betting AMC is not going to die. They're betting it's going to die. You're betting it's not only going to die, but thrive. So once again, go support your company. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good day.